Hi guys, it's Angie with Itty Bitty Crafts, and I'm coming today to share a few projects that I got done over the last few days before I relocate them. So, anyways, a couple are some houses, and then some other stuff I'm working on is like little bonus stuff for you guys to see what else, other projects that I kind of do or fiddle around with. But, anyways, it's my first little house. Oh my gosh, here we go. So I know I always say that this one's my favorite, but this is one of the top. I mean, I just love it. So, anyways, I wanted a treat and I ended up doing something different, but I have another idea that I'm doing on another house. But I got this stocking in a kit from Stampin' Up! It's a monthly kit. And it just reminded me of a boot instead of a stocking. So when I started working on it and fiddling around with it, I ended up creating this. Anyway, so I started out with the boot, and all I did is add some filling inside and some cardboard for some stability. And then I kind of weighted it down with some pebbles and stuff so it wouldn't, topple over or whatnot. And then I just added some trim and some rusted push pins for the buttons of the boot. And then on the bottom, of course, I needed some soles. So what better soles than a piece of wood? Couple pieces of wood. Anyways, and then over here on the side is a little bow with a key. And then I added some ruffles, and I just love texture and tattered looks. So I ended up adding some cheesecloth and some sheer material and kind of roughed it up and tattered it. And then we have all been waiting for the little itty bitty house underneath there. Let's see if you can see it right there. Underneath the tree, this gigantic tree. I think he's under a quarter by a quarter. You can kind of get an idea more by a ruler, it's hard to kind of tell when you're just looking at it, but when you actually put a ruler, you kind of can see how tiny my houses are. Um, Anyways, on the side here, I have a little stack of firewood and like a little bush over here, and then here's just some fibers that I used because I thought it kind of looked like snow. And so you can't really tell, but there's actually glitter on this snow, so it has like a little sparkle like snow does. Um, anyway, so I added a little sparkle there, and then the doilies. So these are the doilies, and then I didn't want to add too much to the tree because, everything's all about the little house. So I kind of just wanted things to flow. So all I did was just add little tiny whip stitch some tiny little rusty jingle bells, and then it had to have some kind of top. So I ended up adding a crystal bead with some wire work on top. I wanted it simple and kind of elegant, but again, tattered and rusty and woodsy. Anyways, this is my first one, and this one stands, actually, I need the bigger ruler. So this one stands about 13.5 inches tall, and then it's about 4.25 long, almost 4.5, on the boot there. And then, anyway, so this one's a neat little share, I guess, into the winter season, Christmas season. So I had a lot of fun with this one. And then my next one, this one's a really special one, and this one is totally out of the box. This was just something that just happened. Actually, this one's actually a gift, and it started out with this little piece. And when I started looking at it, I thought, I could probably fit a house in there. And then I was looking at the metalwork and I noticed it had like shamrock shapes on there. So I went with that and I ended up calling this my lucky house charm. And it's just a charm. So I kind of just went with it. So we've got some wings and we've got a 4-leaf clover here. Let's see that better, 4-leaf clover. and then some time, a clock, and a key, and it says lucky. I mean, I just had all the elements. It was just like meant to be. It's just kind of weird that way. But I'm a sucker for dangles and sparklies and whatnot. So, anyways, I just stacked some beads together, glass beads. I kept the theme as green. Um, and here's like a little key with a heart. And then I just totally surprised myself. I ended up getting the little lucky house in there. And this one is, let's see, like a quarter of an inch, about a quarter of an inch. It's pretty tiny. Anyway, so this is just a little special one. And then I have a little pathway in there. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. If I bring it down, maybe. But you can just kind of tell, how big, how small this is just by putting a ruler up to it. Then I'll close it here. So this one was really fun to make. It just was one of those things that just kind of flowed and, got inspired by the clover. And so it's almost about 8 inches long. But got inspired by the clover, and then it just kind of like took off from there. And I absolutely love the way this one turned out. I love just how different it is, by having that little house, in here, as a little surprise. So, anyways, this is my lucky inspirational house in here. And then, I've kind of been dabbling in a couple other things. I made, Kim Fuller was doing a project on some mixed media, on some metal filigrees and adding things to it. I haven't gotten to there. I want to try that, but I ended up trying to do some mixed media flowers, a little bit like mixed media, by just adding metal, elements to it. And anyways, and some beads. So it's just a mixture. And so anyways, I just started out with some tulle and of course cheesecloth and some doilies, some tattered sheer that I like, tattered and snag because I really just love that look. And then I just started messing around. It's kind of what I do when I want to try something new. I just mess around with it and figure out, like, my style obviously is tattered, so I try to, figure out how can I make this look like my style or have texture or layers to it. So I'll have to show you in a tutorial how I came up with this, middle part here. It's just some fibers, but it ended up working out to where I absolutely loved it, and I will continue to create, centers for the flowers this way. And then I just added, this was kind of like a stick pan with a crystal head on the top of it, and I kind of just put that through and then left some space to add some dangles and just like a little happy charm on there. So I'm totally new to flowers. I think they're a lot of fun. They're so versatile. I don't think there's any wrong or right way to do them. I think it's just, how you feel like how you want to build your flower. And the other one is, this is a little bit more elegant, but also again tattered. And again, I just used doily and cheesecloth and some sheer. And then this one is actually, material from a flower, what is it? Flower cloth or dishcloth, sorry. And anyway, it's like a dish towel, flour sack. And then I kind of did the same thing again that I did on this one with the center technique, and kind of made them a little bit shorter, and then just embellished it with a beautiful center. And then those are those two. I kind of made this little shabby pillow. it's totally cute, and it just has like a big old pocket, and it's just kind of saggy, and it's just frumpy, and I love it. And so I left it open here, had the pillow inside there, and this is a flour sack dish towel as well. And then I kind of just it's not pure white anymore. I kind of dyed it with like some alcohol ink and water diluted, and just dipped it in there, wrung it out, and then it just kind of just gave that off-white, not so white. And then I just, again, just added what I have, just some lace, and whip stitched some ribbon here, and then just layered some layers over here, some lace trim, and again some more flour sack material, and then another layer, and then a key, the dangle, and then some satin on this one. And then this one is kind of another little flower that I just ended up thinking turned out kind of cool. I just ran a needle and thread through the middle and pulled it and just kind of twisted it. So I don't know if other people have ever done it that way, but I always try to just whatever works. So I'll have to kind of do a tutorial on that too. It's super simple. I mean, all you did just run the thread through, pull it, and then just twist it. And then I kind of just whip stitched it, and then I put like a little crystal on top here. And then added a vintage button over here, and some pom-poms on the side here, and then another tattered shabby flower, again just the same layers, but this one has some tulle in it, and another one like my little twist, and then I actually like flattened it. So and anyways, so this is gonna go in here, these two are gonna go in here, and this is just some trim. And I love cinnamon. I love the smell of cinnamon, so it's Christmassy, and what better not way to have it with some lace on it. So I just thought it was cool and it was neat, and I have a ton of it, and I just thought, what can I wrap my lace around with that I have in my stash? So anyway, so I thought that looked just really cool. So those are gonna go in there along with this little flower. So anyways, it's like a cute little way to present a gift. Like a pillow with a big pocket and stuff. Anyways, I just ended up cutting it out like a 12 by 12, and I'm not a seamstress by any means, but I kind of just fiddle my way through things and wing it, I guess. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect, and that's why I call my style tattered, shabby, rustic, whimsical, mixed media, whatever you want to call it. So, oh, and I forgot to tell you, I just whip stitched some pearls on the side here. Anyways, that's all I have to show, but thank you for watching. I hope to come back soon with a couple more projects before Christmas. If not, I'll be back in January with some projects, some little house projects, because I have a ton of ideas that I want to get out in 2018. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share. I'd really appreciate it. I thank you for all the support and all the beautiful comments that I get on my work. I really, really appreciate it. I take it to heart, and I think it's just amazing, the support I've been getting the last year. And this is why I do it. But thank you, and have a nice day.